Here we go. Episode 22, take 4.
Oh my god, it's been 4 takes of this shit. I swear to god.
You've tried to do this one 4 times?
4
Yep.
times.
Oh no, just technical difficulties?
Well, just like using that other... So, we'll repeat this thing again. We got new equipment. If y'all can't tell.
This gorgeous sound of my raspy, deep voice.
But... Anyway.
Anyway,
we got new mics because, well, I got a nice mic from my brother, one of my brothers, for Christmas. And then we also got a mixer recorder thing from my other brother. And then we finally got a second mic so that we could both use the mixer recorder thing, and then the mixer recorder thing turned out to be a fucking problem. Which, I appreciate getting it, but also it was not, and, you know, this is not, like, me trying to complain or anything, but it was not a new machine. So it just wasn't doing what it needed to, but we got a new mixer, a cheap one, so that we could use our new equipment, and I think it sounds pretty nice.
I agree.
I also agree.
Yeah. We also have a guest today because we went on a little adventure today after Sasha got off work.
Emily's audio isn't going to sound as good because we don't have the mixer set up for more than 2 channels yet, but... Which one? They're both
over
just
there.
pointed right at it. Well, I guess
No.
Bella's not pointed at you,
The
but...
one with his ass pointed right at me.
Good job, Beep.
So bad.
You're stinky. Okay, bye.
Don't fucking judge me.
I'll go over here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He's like, if you're gonna talk shit, I'm gonna leave.
At least he's considerate. Like, these other dogs are not. Including Sasha.
Just the disdain. You don't appreciate my gift.
She made it for you.
My body is making music for you.
Oh boy.
Bella, no.
So, after all of the rigmarole of all of that, I think our quality is improving, and I really like to see that.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Yeah. I'm happy for you guys. It's exciting.
And along with this equipment, Sasha streamed the other day. How was that?
You were there.
I was there.
How did it
I'm
feel
asking
to be broadcasting
you.
it?
How
How was it for you?
Bella, did she take his bone? Or is she just licking the floor?
Oh, she's just licking the floor.
Sorry, Bella, you're good.
She's like,
But to be
"Why?"
She
fair,
does that,
you're
though.
kind of an asshole, so you've done it before. Anyway, Beetle has a Chewy because
He's feral.
yeah.
He needs to be calm.
Also, when we tried to give all of them Chewies the other day while we were test recording, it
Fucking
was
wild.
like, oh, it was a lot.
Bella was going absolutely fucking nuts.
She had to take breaths for air, or like take breaks for air.
She had to like come up for air every once in a while. She was just going ham.
Ham on that bone.
Ham bony.
Ham boning.
So yeah,
I forgot to put a towel down so that wouldn't be a thing. Oops. That's the sound of my cup on my table. We gotta pick out placemats.
oh shit, we do.
We finally have a reason to do that.
Yeah. Anytime I see a cute pattern on anything, I want it. Even if I don't need it.
I understand.
I want it. Anytime I see something with like bees on it, I'm like, yes.
Mm.
I know they're not as impressive as yours, but it still feels good.
It was like a 2 out of 10.
It was.
It was rough.
Listen, I got the farts, you got the burps. It's just...
Did it at least sound good in the mic?
That one wasn't even that impressive. That was like a 4, maybe a 3.5.
She was holding back. She didn't want to embarrass you.
Listen, I'm not gonna be embarrassed. You gotta be your full self.
That one was in there for a while though.
That's how my farts have been. All day.
Well, you were at work.
Yep.
So.
Exactly. You gotta be like discreet letting out your farts at work.
You really
You gotta,
do.
Like, you gotta do the pencil thing.
What's a pencil thing? What?
The pencil thing. So
Oh.
I pee all over myself.
Oh no.
Sorry.
That is also a cup.
I like can't hear any of it because I don't have the headphones or the right mic, and so I just
Rumbling.
watch you guys like quietly move things and like twitch.
Well, when you listen to this later,
I'll understand.
yeah.
What was I saying?
Oh.
You gotta
The
do
pencil
the pencil
thing.
thing. So when you were in class, you would go and
Oh, sharpen your pencil.
I remember, do you guys remember them doing like stupid ads about this on Nickelodeon where they'd be like the best ways to fart in class and not in class?
Yeah. I do remember.
I think my favorite one of those was like to put something that smelled good in your pocket, like in your butt pocket, so when you farted it just was like smelling flowers. Whatever. As if it wouldn't just smell like flowers and ass.
This reminds me of like a famous dream that my mom had. Like it's famous among the family for being wild. And she had a dream that she invented something called crack spackle. Just up your butt crack.
Seal them in there.
Came in like different scents, and colors.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's like this. It's one of my favorite dreams that she's told me about.
But
I'm trying to have tea.
if you can't let it out though, then it's just gonna like build up in there, I feel like.
Yeah, that's why I come home and just fart at you. Beetle, why are you beeping?
Beetle?
Has he gone pee since we got home?
I think he
I
did.
didn't know the door was open.
Oh god, that smells so bad. What is that? Who is that? Oh god.
Did you fucking smell like on our way home as well from Fort Collins? Fucking smelled like the bathrooms at camping.
Like at Glendo, it smelled like you walked into the bathrooms.
No,
Like
I didn't
wet
notice
shit.
it, but there definitely is like a period, like a, wow, an area where you're like driving through and it just smells like poop, like
Mhm.
just nasty cow poop.
It was a
over.
couple of places, and I
Yeah.
feel like
And
since
It
it was
like every
raining,
time that the rain would stop, it
Mm.
smelled like wet, horrible fish shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't notice it, but it's like pretty consistently there, so I don't know if it's
Are you nose blind to it now?
like I still smell it sometimes, but
you got
don't
itchy
know.
face. Oh goodness.
But, oh, did he get your tail? Didn't get your tail, I'm sorry.
goes back to the more.
You can't hold it farts. Like, mine aren't even loud anymore. Like, they're only gonna be loud in horrible situations.
Guys, this is not the time for wrestling. You have like 2 square feet of space.
Bella's like standing over Beetle, wagging her tail, like, it's time. We took Beetle to Fort Collins today to to meet up with Sasha after
Don't eat that.
as I had said.
That's
Beetle.
not yours, Bella. What is he eating?
My ottoman.
Don't eat the ottoman. He really just wants to chew on that.
Loves it. I cleared everything out from under it because I didn't want him
Beetle,
looking for
Get
stuff.
your alligator.
Shouldn't he be tired by now?
Well, if you recall, he took a nap for like an hour. So,
True.
rejuvenated. Fully.
Oh.
What was that?
I ran into the mic. Like I was supposed to.
Oh.
Beetle, no.
Is it because I'm hanging stuff on my door now and he wants them?
It's already 9 o'clock. What the
That's
fuck?
what I was just
Right?
thinking.
It gets so dark.
Because I walked outside and I was like, when did it get dark outside?
So what do you want to talk about?
You.
Stop. Stop it right now.
This is...
Turn off the podcast. Turn off my own podcast.
On this episode of Generally Feral, a fight.
I just hate that noise.
Like lip smacking.
Yeah.
I also hate that noise, except when I'm doing it. It's fun.
Ugh. I hate it when I do it too.
I hate hearing that noise, like, when I'm talking. Like, when I do it.
Mm-hmm. I
Myself.
agree. I hate it when I do it too.
No.
I don't feel like I ever. I'm sure I do, but I don't.
Notice
Like,
it.
unless I'm doing it on purpose, I don't feel like I can hear myself do it.
Burping is okay. Farting is okay. Even you have now convinced me eating on a podcast is okay. But lip smacking? How dare you?
You know what, like, the worst lip smacking is, though? When you're in the break room, just trying to have some quiet time, and then whoever else is in there is eating their lunch. And
Oh.
It's the only thing you hear.
And it's like, it's so hard not to be mad because the sound is horrible.
Yeah.
But like,
trains.
I was wondering if you guys could hear that.
Horrible.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
Also, why did it just, like, It didn't register to me that is your dad watching Trains on the TV immediately. I was just, somehow my brain was like, when did we go downtown?
See, that's just my
Like, the
normal...
whole house just migrated downtown.
I do. Sometimes I can hear train like horns from here. But
Yeah,
it's
but
gotta
not
be
that audibly.
A, really quiet, and B, the train horn is very quiet.
You can literally hear the wheels on the tracks from my apartment building at night.
Wow.
It's like, at this point I'm used to it, but it used to be, because sometimes they do like, I don't know what the purpose
Coupling.
is. Oh, I'm not sure, but like they'll honk the horn for long, like for a full like minute. Like
Oh.
just like one long, like,
Coupling is when they when they crash together.
right.
like,
And you can hear
together.
that too. Like you just hear it all the time, especially at night.
He's got his bone, right? No, something else. Okay.
Yes.
Also, I love that your dad went to a train event all day and then came home and watched trains.
I mean, that's the vibe.
That is a
Like,
vibe.
I think my parents also have ADD
Hmm.
because my dad never finishes a project or one project. Every day he's doing something new.
Hmm.
And B, if he's not doing something new, he's like obsessively working on something
Hmm.
specific.
Or
So-
obsessively watching things. I've also watched him do the same thing that I do, where, like, he'll come, settle down, like, in front of the TV for the evening, but then he'll turn on, like, 5 different things.
Yeah.
Like, he'll watch, half an episode of Star Trek or something, and then
Right.
turn on Trains, and then find some like car YouTube channel and then
Right.
like get on his tablet and just turn the TV off and then like
And
turn
then
on
he'll get
music.
his phone,
And all of this will happen
play.
like within an hour.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it's so funny, like, getting up to go to the bathroom at, like, 3 a.m. and then just hearing your dad in the other bathroom playing.
You can just like hear him. It's so funny that you can hear like just whatever is going on in your dad's room from our bathroom.
Yeah.
But you just like hear the little
Funny.
fucking game.
Right?
But also, let me tell you, it's so fucking funny when I'm like in the tub and I can just hear your dad fart.
Music.
I'll just be sitting there
Ambiance.
vibing and then just like on the other side of the wall, just.
Poor dad.
And then I'm just sitting there giggling.
Just fart back at him.
Like, try and make it louder.
You want to play a game, old man?
What are you doing, Beep?
No.
I hate this.
That was so sweet.
That was actually really nice, Beetle. Usually it's like, jump.
Right? Usually he's so feral.
But he was just like, yes, hello.
Anyway, yeah, you guys brought Beetle and met me at work so we could show him off to all the ladies at work.
Which was fantastic. I love seeing people like no shoes.
You have a toy.
This is my toy now.
There you go.
Crash.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him. So like we were just like at Old Town in Fort Collins, and we just hear this one lady scream, "Got him!"
Yeah,
and then maniacal laughing.
Just,
Got him!
got him.
Like,
Also,
that's relatable.
I don't know if you guys saw, but I just thought it was really funny when I took Beetle in to see my store manager, who was not. She was like sitting at the desk in the office talking to somebody else, so I just walked up behind her and like held him out, and he like
Yeah.
smacked her in the face. And she just like turned around and got like punched in the face by a puppy who was like, oh, ah!
Hell yeah! Ah, what the fuck? Oh.
This is good.
I also love the couple that stopped to pet him, or the girl who stopped to pet him, and then they asked his name, and we said Beetle, and they were like, "Fuck yeah!"
There were so many good people. Like the guy that came up in the dog store and was like, "May I have a word with
Yeah.
us?"
I have a word with him. I was like, "A word? What are you gonna tell him?"
It was so sweet. And then when he left, what did he say? He was something like, "It was a pleasure meeting you," or something.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
was so formal. It was so nice.
It was so good. He was being so naughty in the dog store. He was
He
like
was.
climbing into
Oh my
everything
God.
and trying to get on the tables,
Trying to steal.
trying to shoplift.
Yeah, he really wanted to shoplift. And then right before we left, he like crawled under the table and was like, "This is where I am now."
Yeah. And then two other dogs came in and coaxed him out.
I can just hear the screeching
The train.
train.
To be fair, I did tell my dad that it should be fine. I didn't know.
And then he was like, "Okay, trains."
So yeah, if you guys just hear screeching and horn sounds, it's trains.
Sorry, it's train time.
It's time for train.
No, I'm just. You know how sometimes there's like elevator music in your head?
Yeah.
Mine right now is the Thomas the Tank Engine. Like,
Like the really loud
Intro.
one.
yeah.
Like that vine.
Yeah.
Dude, when I went in to get ice cream, so we had to take turns in a lot of places, or a couple of places that we went to in Old Town because we had Beetle. But while you guys were outside and I went in to get ice cream, I just like for the entire time that I was in there, like I walked in the door and then it disappeared when I left. Now I'm realizing, like the whole time I was in there, I had fucking White and Nerdy stuck in my head.
What the fuck?
Why?
I don't know.
Sometimes things just show up uninvited.
Vibe sometimes.
Dude, I haven't thought about that song in literally years.
Also, I like every time I hear like the music from that, my brain never goes immediately to Ride and Dirty. It's always
No.
White and Nerdy.
Right, because we are. Like, that's the only version that we have, like, heard. I've never listened to Ride and Dirty, like, on purpose.
But you
That
have.
song, but I'm like, I'm fucking white.
Yeah.
I'm like the whitest white bread you can get. Like, my friends aren't introducing me to the like those types of music.
Yeah. We really need more like
Diverse friends.
Yeah.
We need. I feel like,
Like-
we need more diversity in our life because it's
Yeah.
just it's Wyoming.
there's like
So
3
every
black
time-
people here.
Yeah, every time you see
Although-
a black person, you're like, oh my god,
There's like a
are
lot
you
of
safe out here?
there's like a lot of Mexican people here though.
That's
So like
fair. Just the amount of times that people would see the puppy just like walking past
yeah.
and just
Beetle,
immediately
no.
be so much happier.
Yeah, they just would get so excited.
Right?
Sorry.
Like, as they should. You're good.
I'm just trying to he's like trying to squirm back here by the
He always
The
wants
thing.
to be back there.
and then he's just chewing on the chair.
No, not me.
I know the podcast is called Generally Feral, but this is too much.
This isn't general feral. This
This
is extreme.
Extreme Feral. Featuring Beep.
To be honest, like, he's not even being that bad.
Yeah.
Like, he gets in certain moods where it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. He just throws actual tantrums for like 2 hours
Yeah.
before he just exhausts himself.
Yeah.
Where he's like running around and screaming and biting everybody.
Like an actual child.
Just every once in a while hearing the TV in the
Royalty free. I think we should. Have we talked about this on the podcast? The list of sayings that we say throughout the year.
No, I don't think so.
So at the beginning of this year, we all decided that we wanted to start writing down like one-liners that we have like out of context. And then at the end of the year, we're gonna read them all out, and I think for New Year's we'll play a drinking game, which I think would be really fun for those who want to participate.
Mhm.
And we're gonna figure out who said what. We should make it a podcast.
I was just about
That
to say
would be
that.
really
We should
fun.
make a podcast. That would be wonderful and really funny, honestly.
Dude, now that we have this cool new mixer, we could totally stream that.
Yeah. That would be so cool.
Yeah. And then other people, namely Nat and Britt, could participate in the
Yeah.
channel.
Or if my brother's not doing anything.
Yeah. Y'all can all vote on who you think said what.
The
out
hard
of
part
the
is, though,
squad.
is like, so whenever I'm not with you guys, I feel like I'm constantly talking about you guys. And so I was hanging out with my brother,
Stop it.
and like,
You need to go over there. I also want to be with you, but you can't do that right here. That sound is not... I can't deal with that.
Should
Beetle!
Should we switch spots? Would that be easier? Do you
No,
think?
he just keeps hitting your table, and
Yeah.
he's gonna do that regardless of which one of us is sitting where.
No biting me. That's very rude. Over here.
Every podcast for the next few months is just gonna be half wrangling Beetle.
It's gonna be absolutely nuts, but it'd be like that with a puppy.
Sorry.
Fail.
Yeah, chew on your own self.
But whenever I'm hanging out with Jerry, sometimes I just scroll through the quotes because they're funny. They make me laugh. And so,
You're cheating.
I am
You're
a little
studying.
bit. But
Although, we were going through them the other day because we went to add one and noticed that all of them are me and you.
yeah,
I think
I've
you have
noticed that.
one, and Bree, I don't think Bree has any.
Bree has one.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
One of them.
I put one of hers
one
on
you
there.
guys don't have any.
Yeah.
Like,
So maybe
me.
it's you. Maybe I got it backwards.
And we decided it's because we live together.
Yeah.
And we're just constantly saying shit to each
Yeah.
other.
I mean, Bree and I are here once, maybe twice a week. So,
Yeah, true.
But also, first of all, you're gonna lose. Because you already, every time we do go through them, when we, go to add one, and I'll giggle at one and say it, and you're like, who the fuck said that? And it's always you, every time.
I don't think I'm funny.
which is unbelievable to me because I think you're so fucking funny.
Yeah, remember last time, Beetle, stop.
No.
Last time we... But last time we went through them, we decided to
Oh,
tally who has the most, and that's the funniest squad member.
You get. Oh my god, we should make a little trophy.
Aw.
That would be so cute.
I think we should make a couple trophies. And one of them goes to the funniest squad member, and the other one goes to the drunkest squad member, aka the one who loses, and the other one goes to whoever wins.
I'm into that.
I think we should make 4. A consolation prize. It's just a star that says you tried.
Oh my God.
Absolutely feral.
Stop. You are doing this to yourself. You're putting yourself in these situations. Go chew on something that belongs to you and stop being Daryl.
Choose on Logan.
That's fine. He belongs to you. Logan's like, I beg to differ.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be really good.
I think it'll be super fun. I'm
I
looking
think the
forward to it.
consolation prize should be you're the boring member.
That's mean.
What do you mean about it? I think the consolation prize should be speak up.
I keep
Oh, she's behind
hearing
your
sounds through my headphones and trying to figure out if they're weird audio things, or if there's is there a plane flying over us right now?
There is a plane.
Oh, okay.
Can
So we're
confirm.
not going nuts.
Yeah, it sounds like they're doing that thing where they run their engines.
Yeah.
It is that time of the year, I guess.
Yeah.
I hate when it's a beautiful summer night and you're outside on the porch just trying to enjoy the night. And then there's this, they have those huge planes fly around that just go around the city super low, and
Yeah,
it's
they're
so
low
obnoxious.
and they're so loud. I hate it the most when we go to the park,
Mm-hmm.
because the nicest park is also right next to the airport. And for whatever reason, they do practice drills and shit instead of doing it at the base where there's fuck all out there. They do it right over the park, and it's you literally can't hear the person next to you talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating.
It's so.
Like, it's so fucking low. Like, you can see all the details on the damn thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's kind of terrifying
If I
for a
can fucking
minute.
read the numbers on a plane, you need to pull up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I'm fucking blind. Like,
Right? Tired.
it really is the tired cast.
I mean, it's the first time. Well, for me, I don't know. I can't speak for I don't know if you guys have been out, but like it's the first big thing that I've gone out and done in a while.
Yeah. Today was like the first
Like
Like,
outing.
I went to
Yeah.
since COVID.
Like
I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel any different than, like, going to work. I mean, it was more fun, but, like,
Mhm.
activity-wise.
Yeah, I guess you were, pretty much shoved into it anyway, like with work and everything.
That's,
But I
like,
haven't-
exciting but stressful news at the same time. The mask mandate's being lifted.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's
Like, on
concerning.
one hand, I'm like, I'm fully vaccinated. We're all fully vaccinated. Oops, sorry. We're all fully vaccinated. You have, like, another few
I have
days
1
before
week.
you're, like, good. But,
Yeah.
so I'm like, yeah, I would like to take off my mask. But also, there's lots of people still who are not vaccinated, who are refusing to wear masks to begin with, who are going to refuse to get vaccinated or are refusing to get vaccinated, and those people are still just going to be going around being like, yep, I don't have to wear my mask anymore. As if they were doing it in the first place.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
I feel
I'm
like
apprehensive about it.
I feel like it's fine, this step to be like, okay, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask anymore. But I feel like if you're going to any sort of event, you should have to bring your little card that you got at the pharmacy when you got your shots.
Yeah. I feel that.
Because, like, I assume it's the same for everybody, that, like, when I went to get my first shot, they gave me the little card and they, like, signed and dated that
Yeah.
shot, and then I brought it
Yeah.
back and they did the same thing with my second one. And then after my second one, they signed it, put the date on it, and, like, stamped or whatever they did with it. And they were like, keep this in case someone needs to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it, like, in your wallet or whatever.
Right.
And I don't feel like it's unreasonable. Like, if you're going to go to any sort of public get-together, you should have to bring that
Yeah.
and show it at the door or whatever. Like, it's one thing, they're not going to fucking card people at Walmart or whatever, like, or at any retail store to prove that you got vaccinated. That's whatever. Like, that's not realistic. But if you're going to go to, like, a concert, or if you're going to go to, like, a sporting event or to something at a school or, whatever. Or even just, like, going out to the bar because people are, like, really shoved in close to each other and you're sharing dishes and shit like that. Like, I don't feel like that's unreasonable. And they're carding you at the door at bars anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, show me your ID and also your vaccination verification.
Did I hear something along the lines of, like, people getting the vaccination, like, passports, like, falsely made?
That wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Just like all
That one is so obnoxious to me, though, that people are like, how dare they make me get vaccinated to leave the country? Like, that's literally always been a thing.
Yeah.
Long before COVID, like, there are all kinds of countries that you have to get vaccinated before you go there because the diseases there don't exist in your country.
Yeah. Also, fucking literally, you pay for whatever fucking fake thing that this is, and the vaccination is free.
Right? Like, you're gonna pay somebody to falsify documents for you, but you can't just, like, go to a pharmacy for 15 minutes and do this for free.
Right?
Like, I don't get it. I don't understand people.
Every time I think about this shit, I'm like, so much of it is just, like, centered in America, and I'm so tired. Good burp.
it was I was talking to one of our clients the other day, and her spouse has been like a pretty prominent figure like during this whole COVID thing, because he's a doctor. He's like, I don't know the title, but he's like a doctor for the state, essentially. Like, he gives a lot of medical advice regarding COVID.
Okay.
And so he has been working really closely with like the government and a lot of people in Cheyenne that are like making decisions regarding like a mask mandate and those kinds of things. And I was talking to her the other day, and she said that she had one of her friends or someone at a thing that she was at come up to her and ask her how it felt, like at this point in time, to have a husband who was a politician. And she just was like, he's not a politician. He's a doctor and he's a scientist. Like, just because he is working with politicians, that does not mean he is a politician. And she was like, I don't know if you're trying to make a statement or like what you're trying to say, but he is not a politician. Like, this isn't an opinion or these are factual things. And he is giving his medical and scientific opinion. Like,
That
Jesus
makes me think
Christ.
of that. I don't think I sent you guys a picture of the whole cover, but that, like, the little block of text I sent you guys in the chat the other day. Yeah.
Oh.
It was, so I sent in the group chat a picture of this because I pulled it out of the box and was like, oh my fucking god. The book was called Fauciism.
Oh God.
And
Oh,
it was like, the subtitle was something about how Dr. Fauci is like the most powerful bureaucrat in US history. And then it had this like quote at the bottom. I don't remember who wrote it, but it had this quote on the bottom from the governor of Florida, who was like making some statement about how people following Fauciism are like the states falling in line behind this horrible, evil bureaucrat. We're like doing so horribly, and how Florida was like leading in education and health, and it was like, this man is living in a different universe.
That shit is so scary though. Like, the misinformation is just
Right? Well, and I'm
wild.
just like, imagine having like one of the highest, if not the highest, COVID death rates in the country, like your state, and then being like, yeah, we're doing way better than everyone else. Like, do you know what those numbers mean?
Do you know what numbers?
You're not going for the high score, dude. Like,
we're winning.
Florida's like, fuck yeah.
He
They're
just
actually just like in doom. Have you guys heard about the HIV positive alligators that are like
What
in
the fuck?
Florida? Yeah. Florida has been flooding because, it's spring, monsoon season. It's
so
been
in other
flooding.
words, Florida man out here fucking alligators.
There's wait, no, they're monkeys.
that doesn't make it better.
They're, like, so the floodwaters
Honestly,
are
that's
rising.
just less impressive.
The floodwaters are rising, and so like these.
I didn't know there were monkeys.
Yeah, these monkeys. I'm trying to remember this.
Sorry.
I might have it wrong. What I had heard is they were like released illegally,
Oh, good.
and now they're running absolutely rampant in Florida while these floods are happening. So you're like not protected from the monkeys, and you can't go in the floodwater because there's fucking gators.
Oh, gee.
So if the flood doesn't get you, the gators will.
Why do people want to live in
I
Florida?
don't know, man.
Why is that
Why
like
do
a...
people want to live here? Like, how is that a thing?
How is Florida a peaceful place to retire? Like, that's its whole
Right.
thing,
That's
right?
like the
Like,
stereotype
old people.
is that you get old and retire to Florida, and it's like,
But, like,
why?
it's
That's
fucking
why
crazy
Florida's so
there.
fucked up, because all these fucking senile old bitches are making all the decisions.
But it's like, oh, well, yeah, making the decisions. I thought you meant, I was like, most of, like, the headlines I see are, like, young, cracked out people. Like, the headlines that are like, man, Florida man. I was trying to think of some crazy headline, but it wasn't coming to me.
Florida man gives monkey HIV. Releases it into the wild.
I'm sorry, it's herpes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
It's
oh,
less-
that's a
At
little bit
least you
better.
can treat herpes.
Yeah. Like, still not great for Florida, but a
That
little
just
more.
made me think about. I don't remember if I brought this up on the podcast, but when I was looking through Craigslist ads for puppies, when I was looking for Beetle, there were so many ads that people had posted in Cheyenne for like monkeys.
What?
So many monkeys.
Like selling monkeys?
Yeah.
So
Like
What?
selling baby monkeys.
That's not.
There was like at least one chimpanzee.
What?
And also a kinkajou.
What is that?
Right? I'm like, where the fuck are all these underground monkeys? Like, I've never in my life seen a monkey in this city.
What?
So, like, all of these monkeys are just living in a basement somewhere.
That's so concerning.
Like,
I don't
right-
like that.
yeah,
And
like,
it's
is
not
it
meant
animal
for this
control on that?
environment
Yeah.
Either. Like, it's fucking cold.
Like, it's not legal to have them here.
No.
And then, yeah, no, like, so they're just, like, living, trapped in somebody's house or whatever,
I don't like
Like-
that.
They're animals.
right?
Like,
But there
monkeys
was,
aren't
like,
aren't my favorite.
really-
Like, none deserve that. Like,
Yeah.
No.
Kicked me in the back.
Yeah. But there's, like, was a disconcerting number of listings for monkeys from, like, different people.
Fucking Wyoming
With,
is
like-
wild.
Yeah.
Like. Now I'm just
There were
thinking of the
arguably
lady.
more listings for monkeys than for like puppies,
What the fuck?
That's horrifying.
right? Granted, there weren't a lot of listings for puppies because I feel like most people who are getting on Craigslist like to get rid of animals or like there were more adult dogs, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh.
but still there were more monkeys than puppies.
I was actually on Craigslist a little while ago because my dad showed me this one of his old buddies who is giving him some sort of car part also has a Bronco 2 for sale, which, if you don't know, the Bronco 2 is like a version of the previous Bronco, of course, and it's like smaller, so it's like more of like a compact SUV. And my dad was like kind of hinting that I could like get one, and I was like, okay, what would I have to do in order to afford one of those? And he was like, well, we could sell the Impala, which is my current car, which I do love my Impala. But having a tall vehicle that can go off-roading, go camping,
Mhm.
have a lot of space for all of the crap that I want to do, sounds great. So I was looking into the Broncos, and, I was looking at the Bronco too, and I realized, like, it has these big, beautiful back windows
Mm-hmm.
that like kind of curve at the top. So it looks like a truck, but it has like the back part on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of like curve over at the top at like kind of like a skylight. So it's like extra window.
Hmm.
And I was like, that looks really cool. Wait a minute, those don't open.
Oh.
So it would be just the front two seats, and that's it for like windows to be open. And I'm like,
Oof.
that's just even
not
just
enough
having
air.
Logan in the car with me. Like, he loves to stick his head out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How is he not gonna stick his head out? Like, also, I gotta have at least 4 seats. There's 4 squad members
Yeah.
who live here. They, it needs to be 4. So I was like, I want that, but I can't right now. So
Yeah.
maybe eventually I can have like an in-town car and a camping car,
Mm.
which is kind of like a lot, but I would love it.
I think we should do one of those van renovations that I keep seeing on TikTok, and we
Dude,
should just travel
same.
the country together.
Same. I showed one to Sasha the other day, and she was like,
Listen,
No,
here's the
"It's living
thing.
in a van."
Here's the thing is because I had this pointed out to me, and then I started like really kind of evaluating it, and I was like, yeah, no, that's right. What the people on TikTok are doing are they are rich people selling being poor and living in your car to you and making it look glamorous. And that's I'm just like, yeah, actually. And like you really think about what it would be like to live in a van or to like be in a van, living in a van for extended periods of time really wouldn't be a good time. Like it looks super fun,
I don't know
like
that I
watching
want
them
to,
do it,
like-
but I'm like actually like even just like sleeping in the back of a van for, a week or whatever if we took a road trip, my back would hurt so fucking much.
Mm.
I was just like thinking about like if you had like an actual mattress in the back of a van, like that's like the amount, that's like the level of renovation I would do. Is like running water and like an actual bed, like mattress.
See, at that point, I would just get a camper or like an RV.
I want to renovate a bus because those
See,
have
I'm
a lot
down
of
for that.
windows.
There's a lot of space in there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You could do
And
a
the
lot
windows.
with that.
yeah.
But like a van, I just like I don't know.
I love the idea of just like
I feel like it would be a fun project, but it wouldn't be something that would in reality be fun for me to use.
I guess I could see that. I just mainly the thing that I would want is like a shower.
Mm.
Gotta be clean.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing too, like with the van. I feel like at least most of the ones that I see, the people who like, are vagabonds in their van, they still like have to go to public places to bathe.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Mm.
I also just like do want an RV eventually.
Yeah.
Like
An RV would be fun. Or
Yeah.
like the bus thing.
Yeah.
Like convert a bus into a camper.
we could do it. And then I just want a camper eventually.
Yeah.
I want. You know those little like cute trailer campers? I want one.
Those ones that just like hook up to the back of the truck.
Yeah, I specifically like the round ones because I think they're cute.
I think they're
Okay.
super cute,
Yeah.
but I would hit my head.
Yeah.
I don't have that problem.
You got shore privilege.
I do.
See, an RV appeals more to me because then the driver can be included.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like instead of, because then it's like everybody else gets to have fun and ride in the camper, and then the driver
Yeah.
just has to sit up front by themselves or like with the passenger. But you're not like together.
Yeah.
That's like, because that's the biggest thing when we go camping and we have to take separate
Yeah.
cars because we don't have
Same.
one that's big enough for all of us and the dogs and our shit.
Right. I always feel bad when we like have to separate into two groups. But
See, that's when we could use a van.
yeah.
Not even a converted van, just like an actual like full size van
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
has 3 rows of seats.
Right.
Oh man.
And then, trunk space for all of our shit, so we could.
Do you
Trying
want a
to-
pillow for your back too?
Oh no, I'm fine. Logan just keeps kicking me through the chair.
Rude.
Like I know he's just adjusting on the bed, but like he's kicked me like 3 times now, and it's through the bars every time. Like that's just impressive.
He's gonna get his foot stuck.
Yeah, and then he's gonna panic and kick me more.
But go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was trying to remember if my parents' minivan had 3 rows of seats. I think it does. But it doesn't. It can't go long distance right now. Because otherwise, I would be like, dude, we should absolutely take the minivan.
Just like the when I was a kid, we used to have this old camper, and growing up, I was always like, ew, it's kind of like, it just smells like moths, whatever. But as soon as I got to like teenage age, I was like, I could do something with this. I could take it somewhere, I could like fix it up. And I always wanted to do that, and then my dad sold it.
Oh no.
I feel you.
"Oh."
We also had an RV, which I never actually used. Like, in my lifetime, it was never used as an RV, I think, because we had it parked out at the clubhouse, and I think Sam and Dad and I went and, like, spent the night in it, like, once or twice when I was little, but we never, like, took it anywhere. I don't know if by the time I was born it could go anywhere.
Yeah.
But, like, same thing. It was, like, kind of gross.
Yeah.
Because, like, no, we never used it, and so it was, like, not, like, kept, you know.
Right.
Eventually, like, by the time Dad decided to get rid of it, it had, like, cats were getting into it and, like, having
Oh,
babies, and it
no.
was, like, a whole
Oh.
situation.
Oh,
But,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing ever really happened in our camper. Like, it was like, we had it during our teenage years, and I'm surprised my brother didn't, like, break into it and go smoke pot in it or something. Like, that never even happened, so I was like, okay. But it was an old Tioga, and I don't know if you guys want to, like, Google it while you're listening or whatever, but it was this, like, cream brown Tioga, like, truck thing, and it had a bed over like the cabin,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the cabin it had like the two front seats, and it had like a table in between the seats, and then you could just like walk out. There was like a hallway, you could like walk out into like the main area, and then there was like a table that converted into a bed. So that was two beds, and they were like big, like at least twin size. There was I think like a little kitchenette after that. And then the bathroom, and then you would head to the way back, which had like the master bedroom. It had a fucking queen size bed back there.
Damn.
God damn.
And it was fucking huge. It was so cool. Like, I miss it every day because I'm like, man, maybe I could have convinced my dad to like let me have that project, and I just
Yeah.
I regret it.
Yeah. Ours wasn't that big. I don't remember if it had a bathroom in it or if we just didn't use it because it was, you know,
Yeah.
gross to deal with. But it had like the table that folds up or folds down into a bed, and then there was like a bench behind the cabin that also folded out into a bed, and then there was the bed on top of the cabin.
Nice.
And I think we didn't do it because we didn't need to, but I think that the cabinets that were like over the table could also be folded down into a bed. Like a bunk bed.
That's cool. But I just
And then it had like the kitchenette. I don't know if it had a bathroom. I don't think it had a shower, but it might have had a toilet. I don't remember. Or it might have just had a closet there.
Just imagine being able to camp and then like go sleep on a bed.
I don't know. I get it. But I like tent camping. It feels more like real camping to me. I feel like to me, like the appeal of an RV would be for like road tripping more so than camping.
Yeah, that's fair. I also want a road trip, but every time we go camping, I end up laying on the ground.
That's because
I'm fat and I break every fucking air mattress that we have.
That is completely untrue for our listeners. We got one air mattress that had a leak in it, and she used it twice.
I got it twice.
Because we forgot to throw it away the first time and get a new one, and then she just ended up with it.
We also bought those for like $20 a piece. So they're really cheap, crappy mattresses.
I want to go camping.
Same.
Talking about laying on the ground all night.
I'm like thinking about being dirty and like laying in the dirt.
Get grungy.
Bugs.
I want to go swimming.
Same.
I want to see Beetle play.
Yeah, I want to see if he likes the water.
That just makes me think about the first time we went camping and with Logan. And maybe it was, I think it was the first time all three of us went together.
I think so, because yeah, that was the first time all three of us went together.
Yeah, and we all went immediately down to the lake, and you threw the ball out in the water for Bella, and you just watched Logan, like, he wanted to get the ball too, so he, like, bolts into the water after Bella, but he's never been in, like, deep water, and he just started, like, prancing up and down like,
Like
a
a
fucking
deer.
dolphin or something. I have it on my camera.
That was the one where we saw the deer and the dogs chased it through camp.
Was it? Wasn't that last time we went?
No, they didn't chase it.
I don't remember seeing a deer that first time we went to the lake.
Yeah. Do you remember they, like, there was that wooded area by where we found the toad?
Yeah.
And the dogs spotted a deer and they just, like, bolted.
I don't remember that. Maybe it was when you went to the bathroom or something. I feel like I remember that you saw a deer, but I don't know if we saw deer. I don't
feel
know
like
if I saw a deer.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of remember that, but I think Sasha and I might have been over by the water. Like, we were kind of apart, because I, like, as you're
Vaguely.
describing it, I'm, like, starting to remember it, like, a little bit.
Because I had to yell at Logan. And I
Yeah.
remember that it was the first camping trip that
I think I
took
do
him on.
remember
Also,
that.
that wasn't our first camping trip that we all went together.
Yeah,
That's
we went
right.
To Vitavoo. Didn't you? You took Logan to Vitavoo.
No, it was
Didn't
just the
you?
girls.
No.
We
It was
didn't
just
take
the
Logan.
girls.
Because we all went together in that one truck, in your grandpa's
That's
truck.
right.
Yeah. Yep. That horrible, horrible camping trip that only
Yeah.
had, like, one good thing happen.
Yeah, and it was when we were leaving.
That one was just rough. It was a trial. That was the
Yeah,
free
that
trial.
was our first camping trip, like, all together and, like, on our own, I think. So we
Yeah.
were, like, way over prepared and, like, underprepared for certain things. I got a horrible migraine from the smoke, and I just, like, didn't sleep the whole night.
And we
And
didn't
we
have
got
any
there.
ibuprofen, and we tried to use my parents' old tent that was really good for, like, us, like me and my family, because we didn't, I don't know. It used to work a lot better for us, but it didn't work for the three of us.
Well, it was fine. We just didn't put the tarp on it right.
Yeah.
It was fine. It wasn't the tent's fault.
Okay, I couldn't
No.
remember.
I
what
just
the problem
remember
was.
when we were putting it together, like we got
We
the
were
tent
like,
up, and then we're like, I can't figure out how this tarp fits on here.
That'll be
Oh
fine.
well, and then
And then it
we don't need to
rained.
worry
And
about
then
it.
later in the
and then
night,
it
we
started-
woke up.
Yeah, we're like rained on at 4 a.m.
I just remember it specifically just, like, hitting me in the forehead, and I was already awake because I had a horrible migraine, and I was like, this might as well happen.
Well,
I
then we all
remember
woke
just
up
like
at
I
the
think
crack of dawn.
you and I woke up at the same time, or
Mm.
about the same time, because we both just kind of roll over and we're like,
Mm-hmm. Like,
oh,
we
you're
looked at
awake?
each
Are
other.
you getting rained on too? Yeah. Everybody want to huddle in the middle of the tent?
Yeah.
And then we decided we couldn't fall back to sleep. And
We did
so
get to watch the sunrise. That was
that
nice.
was one, like, that and the moose were, like, the two good things about
Yeah.
that trip. I really did enjoy watching the sunrise, but I was also just exhausted and wet and cranky.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was rough on all of us. And Bella was obsessed with that rock.
Yeah,
there
it
were
was full of
chipmunks.
chipmunks.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we had left the wood outside.
Yeah, so
And
we
it
couldn't
rained.
cook our breakfast.
Yeah, so then I don't even remember what we ended up eating. Like
Raw
another
bagels.
sandwich or something.
Yeah, and on our way out, fucking see,
Well, we were like stuck behind. We're like trying
Yeah.
to get out of the park,
we see these people,
and this person's like
in
stopped.
the middle of the road.
And
We're
it's a
like,
1-lane dirt road, so we're just
Yeah.
stuck behind this person, and we're like, "What the fuck are they doing?" We're sitting here for like 10 minutes.
we're getting, like, angry because we've been here.
We're all
Yeah.
cranky. We're
We're
all
all, like-
tired.
We're hungry. We're still, like, damp, honestly, probably.
And then we just like look over as we're just sitting here being cranky, and we just
Yeah.
look over.
Like,
Oh, is that a fucking moose?
this ginormous moose cow was just chilling by the side of the road.
Yeah,
Why
eating
did-
some
Everything.
leaves.
And we were like, wow.
We were like, I was about to say, it's all been worth it, but was it?
And then she scampered off, and we went back to being so angry and cranky and tired.
Yeah, like, I don't even remember the drive back. I remember seeing the moose, and then, like, my memory was just like, and that's all you really need to remember.
Somebody was a pro just driving all of us back on, like, no sleep.
You know what else I remember about that, though, is going home and Minerva was there.
Mm.
Little baby Minerva, when
that
she was
when
cute
she was
and
got
not
home
an
and he had
asshole,
gotten
when
her.
she was just a chubby little round puppy.
Aww.
Oh, and I remember you sending pictures, and we were like,
Oh,
oh.
baby.
And then she got big.
And
And
ate
dumb.
a bunch of your glasses and a
Yeah.
bunch of other things.
And
that
a
were
door.
expensive.
And some nails. And some bullets.
I was gonna say, didn't she eat bullets once?
How?
Dumb.
That's why sometimes I like try to trust Beetle with things that are in his mouth, and then I'm like, wait a minute, right? I'm like, usually he's pretty good. He like spits things out, but I'm like, one of these days.
He doesn't get mad at you for trying to take his stuff from him, fortunately, but he does run away like a little bitch.
He wants you to chase him.
Yeah.
I think it's
Dude.
like a game.
I
It is.
chased him around so much today.
It's so hard when there's only one of you because he knows how circles work and you're just like,
right, and the other dogs did not help me at all. I
right?
was like, get him.
But
Right? I'm like,
And the
one of
dogs
you
are
needs
like,
to
"Ah."
stand in the hallway so he can't run past you. And they're like, I'm going to follow you.
Right? They're like, I'm gonna get you because you're running. And meanwhile, I'm like trying to chase Beetle with some like horrible bathroom trash that he got into because I can't remember to close the bathroom door.
Or like a wad of hair that he found somewhere.
So gross.
He seeks out like just wads of dog hair.
Every time I clean my hairbrush, he's on it. He's on that shit. And I'm like, that's so disgusting. No.
I don't understand why he wants to eat hair.
Dude, I don't get it.
Like, he goes out of his way to do it.
He really does.
Like, at first I assumed he just was like puppy seeing fluffy thing on the floor and was like, I'm gonna bite that. But now he like digs it out from under the couch and shit.
He like purposefully goes for it. I'm like, why hair?
Lots of strings.
Ugh. Ugh.
So much string.
Must chomp.
I hate that. I hate it so much. You ever just like get a wad of your own hair in your mouth and you're like, "Ugh."
Can't wait to go camping though.
It'll be exciting.
Same. I'm so excited to go camping. It's like the one thing I've been looking forward to.
Our last camping trip last year was just perfect.
It
Though.
was really good.
Ugh.
I
We got,
also really
like,
liked
a-
our chaotic camping trip.
Yeah.
Which one?
The
Oh, the one with the storm where we
Yeah,
were
the-
sitting in
Oh,
the
the
tent.
first time we went to the lake.
yeah.
And then there's just the lantern swinging
Yeah,
back and
because-
forth.
It was really good because
I just remember we're like sitting there, we're just vibing, we're drinking, we're all sitting there just like, this is the epitome of relaxation. And then
And
it
we're all
starts to
playing-
get dark, and I think we'd had dinner, but once it was getting dark, we're like trying to vibe,
yeah.
By
and then
the
it started
fire.
to
Just chilling.
get-
and it started getting super windy, and we're
We're
like,
oh, here
shit,
it comes.
okay. Well, we decided we needed to put the fire out, which took several hours.
It just kept going, and we fucking got buckets from the lake to put out the fire.
I mean,
and it was like
literally.
no, bitch.
And I mean, even when we were getting ready to go to bed, thank God the wind chilled out, because then it was like, okay, I don't think it will start again.
yeah.
Because if the wind had kept going, we would have probably had to like sleep in shifts or something. I don't know what we would have done.
Yeah.
But I just remember that we're like sitting in the tent and we'd put like my phone with the flashlight on up in the little net thingy at the top of the tent so we could play
Chaotic.
cards, but it's just swinging in the
Oh.
wind. So I just remember thinking it felt like we were on like a fucking barge in the middle of the ocean.
Yes!
Because we're like all of the noise and it's like feels like we're rocking
Yeah,
like
because
just because
the
of the
tent's
light.
going back
So
and
we're
forth.
like playing Go Fish, just being like, you got any threes? Hang on, wait for the light to come my way.
Right.
You got any?
It was
Fours.
just like so chaotic, but I was.
And then
having
we
a
had
great
like the
time.
little,
It was
the,
so
the
good.
tent window thing. We'd like open it every once in a while and be like, God damn it, the fire's going again.
Wait a minute, I think I see.
Run
the
out
way
there through the rocks barefoot down to the water with the goddamn bucket like 5 times to be like, go out! And then the
Leave us in
wind would
peace.
blow it back up again.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was just like really windy and like kind of sputtering rain at us.
Yeah, it didn't like pour rain or anything, which was fortunate.
I just remember being so excited and happy and proud of Logan because he was really good camping.
Yeah, he
Like,
was just chill
listened
about it.
very well. And, you know, taking a nervous German Shepherd camping, always kind of nerve wracking. But he was really good. And we were also kind of in a secluded spot. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that worked
Well, yeah,
out
there
really
were
well.
like, I think there were people there when we got there, but
Yeah.
then they left.
They packed
Yeah,
up
like,
and
right
left.
we
away.
swooped in.
That was a really good
Good.
spot, except it was so rocky.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was really rocky.
But our spot that we got last year.
I really
It
like that
was
spot.
really a prime spot. It was right by the water.
Well, I remember we were driving around for like an hour. I was getting so cranky because it was lunchtime and it was so
Right.
fucking sweaty, and we couldn't find any goddamn spots
And we
because
were like,
everyone
"Is this
from
the spot?
goddamn
Isn't it?"
Colorado comes in and parks their camper there and like pays for the spots for like 3 weeks just so they
Yeah.
could have the spot when they want it. Fuck you. It's like camp scalping.
Yeah.
But we're like driving around and eventually we like just find this spot and we're like, wait, is that a
Is this
spot?
Am I
Yeah,
allowed
because
to
there's
camp
just like a table out
Yeah,
in the middle
There
of
was a
like this
table. There
field.
wasn't like a marker
And
for
it's like,
it.
yeah, the table's like under the trees. You couldn't really see it. And we're like, wait a minute. I think we're allowed to. I think we can park there.
Yeah, you just gotta cross country a little bit across
We
the
were-
grass.
we were like, if they ask us to move,
We'll move.
I guess we'll move. But if they don't,
And they
Such
haven't.
a
We've
good
gone there like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
now.
we've gone there. Well, we've only camped there once, but we
you
went up
sure?
there. Yeah,
we
we
didn't get the same spot, but it was like similar.
Oh.
we've only camped there once because that was the last camping trip that we took. But you and I have
We
been up there
did
a
a
couple
day
times
trip.
to do day trips there, and there's never anybody there because no one can tell that it's a campsite.
Hell yeah.
There was that other one a couple years ago though that we happened upon that was like an okay spot for like the sitting area, but getting to the lake was a pain.
Didn't
Yeah,
you have
it
to
was-
climb
That was
down?
the one where we're sitting there in the middle of the night and we saw those kids across the water and we
Yeah.
thought they were gonna light off fireworks because for some reason we always end up going around 4th of July
Right.
and then we just realized that they were smoking weed.
And we were like,
I just
"Hey."
love our 180 of being like,
Those
Bitch, what
motherfuckers,
the
I
fuck?
swear to God, you're gonna be in those trees, lighting up fireworks, freaking out. Oh no, they're just smoking
blazing.
pot.
That's fine.
420.
Make sure you put it out. That's all. It's just so funny.
Also, that trip though is
The snake trip.
no.
That was the most recent one.
the most recent one. I was gonna say one of my favorite camping pictures, or like sets of camping pictures, are the ones that we took. Like Emily and I are in the water with that fucking giant swan.
Oh,
you
God.
bought. And then you're just like standing there in the background, and just these like 2 pictures where Kate is like, I think you were doing like devil horns in one, and then the other one with just this like obnoxious grin, and you were like flipping the bird.
She was doing peace signs in the first.
Was it?
Yeah, and then she was like.
I like that.
But just the like
I could see
the
my thought
180
process.
of like on your face. Like in the first one, you're doing peace signs or whatever, and you're just like standing there.
Hmm.
And then as soon as you fucking put up your middle finger, you're like, yeah.
It's just like when we took ghost photos.
And you kept doing the thing. What is that even called?
It's fucking funny. Now I'm just like, that's my thing. Like, you do the face, and now I do the hands.
I love that the face is like so prominent that even like your friends recognize it. I just remember the time Jacob commenting and being like, I'm pretty sure she's a robot.
Yeah, because he's like, how do you make the same exact face in every picture?
Well, see, my secret is I'm ugly. So I have to make a dumb face every time, and eventually you just fall into a default.
That just makes me think of when we were taking dumb selfies during our science
I was
trip.
like, oh, honey.
Oh.
I mean, it still tasted good, but just wasn't what I was
It's
expecting.
just like too much.
But when we were taking selfies during our science trip, and there's just that one of us in front of the T-Rex at the Nature and Science Museum, is whatever it's called. And like I just decided to like full on do like a horrible face. And you
Well, yeah,
guys
'cause we
didn't
were
notice until like when we were reviewing pictures.
Here's the thing.
She's like always on.
I don't look at the pictures while I'm
Uh-huh.
taking them. I just make sure that it's like clear and everybody's in it, but I
Right.
don't really know what's going on. So, and half the time I can't see them either because like the
It's
angle I
far
have to
away,
hold everything
yeah.
at. Yeah. Just like we have those pictures at one of our picnics where like Kate is doing some saucy with her leg and you're just like in the background like peeking out behind
With,
her
like,
leg.
thumbs up,
Thumbs up.
like. We have a lot of really good pictures.
Oh yeah. It's also like really jarring because going over to your mom's house to study, and I just see a picture of my own face on her wall, and I was like, wait a minute,
Wait,
something's not right.
which picture?
I feel the same way when I go over to my mom's house and see pictures of my face on the wall.
But it looks like that's your own mom. Like they're supposed to be there.
You know what's even weirder? I'm pretty sure there's pictures of your face in Mason's house.
Oh no. Don't spread that around, man. That's a curse.
Listen, they like asked me, everybody got picture frames and shit for Christmas, so everybody's like, we want pictures of you and stuff, and I'm like, the only pictures of me I like are the ones that I take with my friend. Like, I don't take
Aw.
selfies or
Aw.
anything because I don't want to look at that, so why would I do that? So
I mean, like,
I'm just like,
same.
the only good pictures I have are with my friends.
Right, because I'm like serotonin. They're my friends.
Right. Because when I look at those pictures, I see you guys and I see the
Yeah.
memory and like the thing that we were doing, and it just like it brings me a lot of happiness.
I really desperately need those pictures because I have such a shit fucking memory.
For real.
I can't remember.
Like
what the fuck is
sometimes I
happening.
see pictures of things that we did and I'm like, "Oh my god. We did that."
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I've learned now to like really label everything too because there's so
Mhm.
many pictures. There's even some that we have like in our physical photo album that I don't know when they were, like
Yeah.
what we were doing. Because I remember when we started putting it together, some of the earlier pictures that we all have together, like some of the earlier dumb selfies and stuff, we didn't like label them when we put them online. So it was like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, like
Where is
what were we
this?
even doing?
What are happening?
Just look at them and you're like, baby,
Mhm.
where are
So small.
What happened to you?
We really need to print more pictures. We have so many. It's
Yeah.
gonna be.
You ever
I
see
think-
like a picture of yourself and you're like, where is that shirt?
Right?
Yeah. What happened to that?
Well, and it's so weird at this point, like especially living on my own. Like, I'm like, first of all, my apartment is so small, like pretty small, and like there's nobody else's laundry that it could get mixed up in. It's all my laundry. Like,
Where's that shirt?
It's just like
Where?
in your parents' dryer.
maybe I don't know. Like, I've lost
it's a known
shirts,
fact
and,
that dryers eat socks. So like.
but like whole shirts,
Oh
like damn.
no, man.
To be fair, when I cleaned out our dryer, no socks.
Hmm.
I cleaned out the lint filter in our dryer, like actually like cleaned out the tube that goes like outside,
Hmm.
and no socks,
Oh wow,
which I was expecting.
some socks.
They gotta be in here, right? No.
I haven't lost a sock in quite a while.
I couldn't tell you if I've lost socks because I literally never wear matching pairs. I
Same.
just
I
pick
just
socks
like
out of the
track.
drawer, and as long as they're the same shape, I'm good to go.
Dude, same. I just like do like the same thickness, and I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, there it is.
I don't know like when it changed, but I always wear matching socks now.
Yeah.
Like
Because you started buying cool socks.
that's true. Like today I even decided deliberately to wear my rain sloth socks
Hell
because
yeah.
it was a rainy day today.
Aw, cute.
There are some socks that I pair with each other deliberately. Like,
Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I
Like-
like this pattern with this pattern.
Yeah,
or certain
exactly.
colors.
Sorry, that's my feet.
I know, I keep having to stop myself from, like, putting my feet all over the
I just
table.
gotta like fidget, you know?
Yeah. We need quiet fidget toys for podcasts. Let's get silly.
Both of you at the same time.
Emily, did I show you my glow in the dark slug?
You did not.
He's over by my lamp, by Cubone. And he's like a little 3D printed slug.
He's very wiggly.
Oh my god.
I can like grab him after the podcast.
I'll get
but-
him later. I'm very excited to meet him.
Yeah, he's 3D printed and he's articulated, so it's like a very. It's just such a cool like fidget toy,
Mm.
and I got
It
him,
just
and I
looks so
just like
satisfying.
I put him by my desk and I have him by my bed so that I can just like mess with him while I'm watching YouTube or whatever,
Right.
because you know I got a fidget,
Mm.
and Bella hates it
Oh,
because it makes noise. Because
okay.
it's
It's like clackety.
yeah, it is clackety, and I really like the noise, but Bella does not.
Hmm.
Bella is also.
How dare you
afraid
make
of-
a noise in Bella's presence?
I know. I'm sorry. I should just not. Bella is also afraid of every time my dad is like getting dressed. He like has the fucking overall clips,
Hmm.
and he'll like walk down the hallway with
Mhm.
his overall clips and like clip them, and then Bella will freak out
Mm.
every time. I'm like,
How dare.
Clicky sound.
he feels so bad about it too. He's like, I try to like just show her it's just a clip,
Hmm.
and she doesn't care.
She doesn't care about my overall.
My
I
dad-
don't care what it is. I don't like it.
My dad really does try with the dogs, which I appreciate.
That's
lot.
why he keeps bribing them by feeding them carpet. She's not supposed to feed them.
Right, he's so
So
bad.
naughty. He's already taught Beetle to be a horrible beggar.
He really
Like, it took him like 30 seconds, and now every time your dad sits down with food, Beetle's just like climbing up his face.
yeah. I'm not helping you because you did this to yourself.
It's just gonna be like, when he gets big,
Right, it's gonna be a problem. He can fit. I bet when he gets big, he can just like fit his nose into everything. And I'm like, Dad, please. He's already such a monster. Can you imagine him being big?
right?
Like, I really think he's gonna be a big dog. Like,
I think he's gonna be really big. I mean, I had the premonition.
yeah, it's true.
It's true.
I'm so curious to see what he's gonna look like when
Same.
he's full grown. Is he gonna be fluffy?
I'm
Is he
curious
gonna
to
have
see
puffy ears?
what he's gonna look like, but I also want him to stay small forever.
I want him to stop peeing in my house.
I understand.
I want to be able to have dog beds
Yeah.
for the other dogs.
Yeah. I just, puppies are so cute and lovely, and I want to have all the pictures of him when he is a baby because I helped raise him.
Mhm.
I have that pride. I helped raise him.
Co-parenting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I want to have that picture and those memories, but I'm ready for him. The most anticipated thing is for him to have his adult teeth.
Yeah, I
Understandable.
really need his
They
teeth
are-
to fall out, but I also I love him being small because I can pick him up and it's
Yeah.
cute
Oh,
and
yeah.
fun, whatever.
I'm
And he has
absolutely taking advantage of that.
yeah, and he has small dog privilege, but also I step on him constantly. He's
Yeah.
always walking under my feet, and I can't see him.
Yeah. So
Or
while-
and he's so fast because he's so little, so he just gets in between my
Races under
legs,
you.
and I just we all step on him all the time.
Yeah. And I feel bad. I'm just like,
Right.
I'll accidentally get him with the door or something. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Sometimes
Sitting
I just
there.
lose him because he's too little.
Yeah.
Among the other dogs, I'm just like, where?
I have to have the hall light on during the day because otherwise I can't fucking see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like Logan is going to be excited for him to be too big to fit underneath him. So he can't.
Because he's really
He's-
going for the armpits.
He's
now.
yeah, it's like he's letting up on the wiener and focusing on the armpits,
Aw.
which is better. But he's
I
gotta
know,
have
yeah.
sore armpits.
Right. I do check him every day to make sure he doesn't have actual sores or
Yeah.
bite marks or blood or anything.
Oh my
He
god.
That's
doesn't
something we
have
ought to be
blood,
careful with,
but-
because like he really chomps. I remember when Minerva was little, like it was a big issue for me that she would like chomp onto everybody's like scruff, and she would do it to Trout, especially because she had so much fur and skin there. She just had a mane.
Yeah.
But Trout was like, she literally had just scabs all over the back of her neck because
Oh.
Minerva was like chomping and, doing
Yeah,
what
too
Beetle
rough.
does to Logan. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and Logan is like surprisingly lenient with him. Like, Logan tends to be like too lenient with him sometimes.
yeah, he really doesn't set boundaries.
Yeah, so he gets
Which is-
riled up
Yeah.
when like the puppy will continue doing these bad behaviors, and then Logan will like finally have enough of it, and then he gets too rough. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't set any boundaries.
Yeah. I wish he would, because, like, I
Same.
appreciate that he's, like, lets the puppy kind of get his energy out and stuff.
Yeah.
But also, like, I
It's
mean,
gotta learn management.
you and I try, but, like, puppies learn their, like, bite strength more from other dogs than anything.
Yeah.
Like, they learn it a lot from their litter mates, like, how hard they can bite. They can play bite before it's a problem. And Logan, like, doesn't react. So he
Yeah.
just... Same thing with Arya. Or, like, I take him over to play with my wife's dog, Zilda. And same thing. Like, he just... Especially with those two. Because he just will chomp on their face and they just do
They
not
don't
notice.
care. Arya will just like continue doing whatever she was doing.
Yeah.
She just does not care. He'll hang off her face like a goddamn mosquito, like a leech.
Yeah.
Like
And
a
she's
He,
piercing.
like,
it's
literally
fine.
will sit there and, like, tug on her cheeks. And she's just like, eh. But I'm like,
Fine.
y'all...
Arya, you're so good. You're too good. Like, you gotta set boundaries.
Like, Bella seems mean, but at least she's telling him what he's not allowed to do.
Yeah, for sure.
She's
Like,
she's pretty lenient with some things. Like, in the mornings when we're tired, she just lets him go ham on her tail
yeah.
and
Wow.
doesn't do anything about it. She'll sit there and look at me like, but like she knows she's taking one for the team because
Yeah.
we're like spooning and he's just like assaulting her tail and she just kind of like wiggles her butt. Like you can tell she's like, ow, ah, god damn it, fuck, dude.
Honestly, she's getting a lot better. Like, she's toned it down a lot, and I feel like I have also learned like her playing language. It looks really rough to me, but so does Logan. Looks a
Mhm.
lot rough to outsiders too. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it's taken me a while to like assess her playing style, but I realize she's not hurting him, and I also pay a lot of attention to his tail position when they're playing.
Yeah. She's also like Bella being the alpha more or less of the household with the dogs.
She is. It's not a
Is-
question.
I mean, she's playing, but she's also making sure that he knows who's in charge. And
Oh.
that's another thing. I feel like Logan just doesn't do that at all.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he tries to fight for dominance with Bella.
Right, but then the puppy comes along and he's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah. So I'm like interested to see what that looks like
He's older.
when Beetle like hits puberty and like what I wonder what's gonna happen there.
Yeah. It's interesting because didn't we think for a while that he was like peeing in the house to maybe like settle something with Logan because he was peeing where Logan was? Or like
I don't know. He definitely is like marking on the beds.
yeah.
And I think he was marking the rug until we got the stink off of the rug.
Yeah.
Because he quit doing it when we started like dealing with the scent.
Yeah. So I don't know if he was like smelling all of the other dogs that we have had or what, but he was marking.
Well, like you said the other day, we haven't had the dog beds, for like a couple weeks, and we brought one of them up the other day, and he immediately beat on it.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Why?
I feel bad because the floors are so hard.
Mhm.
Like, I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to lay on our hard laminate floors all the time. So I want the dog beds out. But, by the way, I did wash the cover for that one that he peed on, so I just set it by the bed because I forgot.
Fair.
But, yeah, I would love to have the dog beds again because I feel bad when, Logan doesn't always want to be on my bed, which, like, that is his spot and he likes it, but sometimes he gets too toasty. Like, all last night, he wasn't in my room, like, at all. He was too toasty.
Mm.
So I think he went and laid in the hallway or in the living room or whatever. I'm like, that's cool. I always get a little lonely, but I'm like, that's cool, You do you, bud.
I get you. That's one of the things that I'm like, why do I have to wait so long to get him fixed?
Right?
That and that he just is like humping everybody.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but like he does it a lot to Arya and he does it a lot to Zelda.
Yeah.
Like he tried a couple times with Bella and she was like, bitch.
Because it's like a dominance thing, too.
Yeah, and everybody knows that
Bella's,
Bella.
like, humping
She
him.
was like, "Excuse me." Yeah, no, she's like, "How does it feel, bitch?"
Right? She like teabagged him. Stop it. Oh no, reverse fire.
I can do that too, motherfucker. It's weirder when I do it.
Teabagging in video games. But like, yeah, I would understand it more probably with Arya because she just got fixed.
Yeah.
But like with Zelda and everybody, I'm like,
Yeah, it's like a weird dominance thing.
yeah. Oddly enough, he hasn't done it at all with Logan.
Yeah.
Like, he already knows Logan's place and it's not the alpha. I just wish Logan.
Well, Logan
knew
hasn't
Logan's
tried to
place.
do it to him either. Not that
Yeah.
I've seen anyway. Like he would do it all the time tonight,
Yeah, he
which
would.
didn't make any sense either. Because
Right.
like,
It's just like,
who were we kidding?
right?
Everybody wanted to hump night.
Yeah, poor Nighters.
A handsome boy.
He's just a very pretty lady.
All the other dogs at the dog park thought he was just the most beautiful lady.
Yeah, even all of the people at the dog park.
True.
think he's the most beautiful.
What
lady.
is it about like dogs being like? I know what it is. It's gender norms, but I'm like, you see a pretty dog and people are like, girl.
That's a lady.
Or like Beetle was using the pink leash today, and I swear that's the reason everybody thought he was a girl. Which
Yeah,
is fine. Like
probably.
ultimately, like I don't care.
My dog
You know,
don't give a
I
shit.
will. I don't correct people when they say that my dog is the other gender because I don't
It's like,
care. It's
yeah.
a dog. They don't
Yeah.
care either. But like people ask me, and then they get like embarrassed or whatever when they guess
Right.
wrong.
That's fine.
They'll be like, "Oh, what a pretty girl! It's a girl, right? Well, no, it's a boy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You're such a handsome boy. Whatever." And it's like he doesn't care. He's getting
Yeah.
attention, and you told him something good.
Yeah.
We're being positive, and he's getting petted. He
I
doesn't
just-
care what the words are.
I just remember when Knight ran away from your parents' backyard that Halloween and like looking for him, and I'm like, he was painted pink.
It was Halloween.
And every fucking man we talked to was just like, oh, well, no wonder he ran away. He was painted pink.
Yeah, that was like so infuriating on like the Lost and Found Facebook. Because every time you get a notification for those posts, you're like, oh shit, like,
Did
is somebody
found
see him or something?
Or, like,
And then you just get something, you look and it's a comment like, oh, he was pink, no wonder he ran away. And it's like, fuck you.
fuck you.
I feel like that was absolute shit, but it seems like the page has gotten a lot better about like seeing those kind of comments and being like, you need to stop, or deleting those comments.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
really, I think I'm still in the group, but I've set it so that I'm not seeing them because it's like, was just flooding my feed and kind of
understand.
making me sad.
Yeah.
Just like seeing missing pets all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll kind of look at it every once in a while.
If
Like,
I
if
see
I...
a dog on the street, I'll
Yeah,
post it.
exactly.
Like,
Oh yeah.
if y'all are looking for it, like, absolutely, I'll post it somewhere.
But, yeah.
But
There was also that whole weird thing with, like, the people who ran the page having, like, beef with the shelter, so then they, like, split
Yeah.
pages,
I'm
and then
like,
I didn't
y'all,
know
I
which
don't
one I needed
care.
to be involved in that was,
Well,
like,
it's like-
actually gonna get...
does this really matter? Like, this was supposed to be like a community thing where, you know, we take care of each other and we keep an eye out for each other's family members, essentially.
Exactly.
Like, why does it matter? Like, I know that technically, you know, they are part of the animal shelter and, like, you know, they work with animal control, but, like, that wasn't the purpose of the page. So, like, it shouldn't have mattered the politics of the Cheyenne Animal Shelter. Like, it should have mattered that we were still looking out for each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that. Like, it's
I don't
just-
even know the full details of it, but I don't even know if it was, like, centered around, like, the shelter itself. I think it was, like, a specific person who they were working with at the shelter that they had
So-
beef with or whatever.
My boss's wife works, like, volunteers with the shelter and, like, does things with that page a lot. And basically, like, the person who originally started that group, when they changed CEOs at the Cheyenne Animal Shelter, the new CEO was somebody that used to be an animal control officer. And I don't know what the deal was, but the lady who ran the page didn't want him to be the CEO of the Cheyenne Animal Shelter. So she changed the name and kicked off, like, all these people that worked at the Cheyenne Animal Shelter.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
If you're gonna run a page like that, like, you have to just accept it.
Well,
Like,
and
you have to work with the animal shelter if you're looking for lost animals.
yeah, because
Right.
that's where they
That's
go
part of it.
typically. Wow.
I need you to not.
It's a good stretch, though.
Wow.
All hands on dog.
All hands on dog!
Oh no, I have.
Convinced.
I need you not to be on the cables, though, please.
Go lay down. Go lay down. Come here.
There you go.
So, it's been almost 2 hours.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I feel like we had a lot of pauses, but I feel like we've got enough
It's a
now.
good time to
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a guest.
Thanks for inviting me.
Hopefully, this episode or this recording actually.
Yeah.
Take 4.
Knock
Take
on
5.
wood, I would, but then.
Here, I got this. I got the chair.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.